Mr. Sonte. Welcome to Career Corner, where we focus on creative thinking and new approaches to career challenges. Please, can you tell us briefly about yourself?
Hi, Dana. Good day. It's my pleasure to be on your show this evening. My name is Sonter James, as you correctly pronounced. I'm an associate of the China Institute of Bankers of Nigeria, a certified business analysis professional, and I also hold an MBA from the United States, where I specialize in AI and automation. So basically, I'm a strategy and analytics executive. Kind of like have a good track record of enabling business growth and driving innovation. Yeah, so I've basically worked within the financial services. Worked for the past 10 years. I spent a larger portion of my career years within the financial services. I currently head strategy, analytics, and innovation at Skip Nigeria and Co. Limited, which is the leading insurance broking firm here in Nigeria. Formerly, I worked at First Bank of Nigeria Limited. Yeah, I'm married. I'm blessed with two beautiful girls. Yeah, I love to make impacts. I love to motivate people around me to also be impactful and have meaningful careers, and that's the reason why I'm on this call is today to sort of like share my experience and also share some perspective on how to navigate our career as individuals. Thank you very much once again for having me.
Thank you, Mr. Sonte. Okay, so we'll move straight on. So today, as I earlier mentioned, we are looking at thriving in a fast-paced environment. And I know with your diverse experience in fast-paced environment that you have valuable insights to share with us and that will help us learn and thrive as we navigate our career. Okay, so the first question I have for you is what strategies can help individuals stay focused and productive in a fast paced environment?
Hi, Nina. Thanks again for that wonderful question. And that question you asked is a very, is a very strategic question. How what strategies can help individuals to stay focused and productive in a fast-paced environment? I love the word. I love the emphasis on the fast-paced environment because we're in an environment where a lot of things are happening. You're struggling with to catch up with your personal life, your career, your spiritual life, and then if you're living in places like Lagos, it's a different ball game entirely. Yeah. So, we actually live in a very fast-paced environment. Technological trends, we have a lot of trends coming up, every now and then. So, you need to actually stay on top of all of this to be able to remain relevant. So, a few points for me really that would help. Because these things I'm sharing also are things that have kind of like helped me personally as an individual. And first of all, is clarity of purpose, right? So you need to have a clarity of, clarity in terms of your purpose of what you want to achieve, where you want to be, and what you want to, what you want to achieve. Because that's the first thing, really. So it guides you, it keeps you away from distraction, it keeps you away from in the midst of everything that is happening, in the midst of all the drama, all the demands of job, once you have a clarity of purpose, you always know that okay, this is what you need to anchor on. What are you anchoring on? It keeps your efforts aligned. And then also another strategy that helps is prioritization. We all can relate to the Pareto principles, 80-20 rule. So that's actually would help you to know what is really, really impactful. I have a colleague who always say it's not about the activities, but about the impact of those activities. So as an individual, as a person, it's not just about okay, I want to chase a certification, I want to do this, I want to do this course. It's good to build capacity, right? But you at the point you need to be able to align in terms of your purpose, where you want to be, and how you intend to get there. So that will kind of like define the kind of activities you're going to be engaged in. So that also helps you in sort of like prioritizing, right? And then time management, very important. You need to be able to know how to manage your time effectively because you have a lot of caps you wear on. So someone like me who is a father, sometimes you're wearing the father cap, sometimes you're wearing the cap of a husband. You're wearing the cap of a professional, a church member, or whatever religious body you may belong to. So all of those caps, you're putting them all at different point in time. So you need to know how to be able to allocate your time, effectively. And then also one of the things that also helps again, delegation and collaboration, very, very important. We are doing this call because you reached out to me and decided to collaborate on this. So you need to be able to identify areas that you could collaborate on. There are certain things that you might need to do that maybe you alone, you don't have the competencies or all the luxury of time and requirement to carry out that, task. But by the time you're able to collaborate, identify people who share similar interests with you, and you're able to collaborate with them, you sort of, be able to navigate. So these are just, a few things that personally have helped me. So one, clarity of purpose, prioritization, effective time management, and then delegation and collaboration. Where necessary. And then you also need to maintain a routine, really. So you need to have a routine that you maintain, on a daily basis and consistently. There's this quote that says, in fast-paced setting, it's not speed that wins, it's direction. So clarity of purpose, first thing first helps you to set it. So thank you.
Okay, thank you. I hear you. Clarity of purpose, prioritization, delegation. Okay, so now I want to ask you the second question, which is how do you manage stress? I know that you have touched on some points that is related to that, but is there anything you would like to add on how you manage stress? Because I know that fast-paced environments can be very stressful. So how do you manage stress?
Yeah, so stress. Stress is just like it's part of life. Basically, stress is part of life. Fast-paced environments. Yeah. So one of the things that helps me really to manage stress is, my faith, spiritual alignment. So my faith. I love God. So I worship a lot, and so most of the time when I'm just stressed, I just plug, my headsets, listen to worship songs, that sort of like renew my spirit, and that's where I sort of like draw strength from. And then also structure planning. So I don't know whether it's because I'm a strategy person, by default, or like sort of structured planning sort of helps me to really manage stress. But the root cause, stress comes from uncertainty most of the times, right? So when you have a lot of things, you have a clogged to-do list, you have a lot of things happening within your environment, and you don't know how to apportion time, how to prioritize, and all of those things. But when you have a proper plan on how you intend to achieve, things, you sort of like have certainty and clarity. So that clarity alone, reduces stress to a very, very great extent. And there's something else that helps me to manage stress is healthy boundaries. So you should know when to unplug. Sometimes just need to know when you need to log off. I need to just go home. Sometimes I work late, and then sometimes I just close and then go home. My colleague like, something, what's happening? You close early today. I'm sorry, I close late, but people know me for closing late. But it's not my fault. Sometimes the demands of the job, but then most of the time I just know that, look, today I just want to close early. I want to go back home, meet my girls, and spend some time with them. I'm a family oriented person, so spending time with my family, my wife, my kids also helps me to relieve stress. Yeah, and then maintaining an attitude of gratitude and reflection. It helps you to manage stress also, because it keeps you reminded of, okay, you've made progress from where you were before, and there's hope for a brighter future. Yeah, so all of this, sort of like help me to manage stress. Unfortunately, I know you expect me on that sport. I'm not a sport person, so
Okay, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I know you
So,
expect me,
so
but I'm not.
from there, what you're saying is doing things that you love can also help you manage
This
stress.
love,
Yeah,
yeah,
and for
yeah.
you, is family and
Family, yeah.
other personal and religious
Worship, attentive,
functions.
yeah,
Yeah,
religious and
yes.
function.
And I also had healthy boundaries. Very, very good.
Exactly.
And
Very
it
good.
resonates with me as well. Spending time with your family helps you to relax. And there are times you just shut off completely, and you don't bring in work at all. And there are times that maybe you just let it so that you can maybe beat a deadline, but you need to know where to draw the line. If not,
Yes.
this stress will burn you out.
Very, very
Thank you
important.
very
Everybody will just be dragging you. Everything will be dragging you from left, right, center.
Exactly, exactly. Yes, so that takes me to my third question. Just like you said, that everything will just be dragging you. So people in this kind of environment, they have this fear like, am I getting it right? Am I doing enough? Because there seems to be one more thing left to be done. And sometimes it seems as if maybe the line managers focuses on the things that have not been done more than the things that have been done. So how do you know that you are doing enough? How do you maybe convince yourself? How do you know that you're doing enough?
All right. So first and first, right, you need to be very honest with yourself. I always tell people that you can't deceive everybody, but you can't deceive yourself. So you need to be very, very honest with yourself. And for you to be able to do that, you need what we call internal compass. So internal compass sort of like helps you to evaluate yourself, right, on clear metrics and not just applause. So I mean, we live in a world where I mean there are a lot of psychophancy around a lot. So sometimes people just get to eulogize you, not necessarily because they're really driving impact, but I mean because maybe they just want to farm you and get something from you and stuff like that. So the internal compass sort of like helps you to evaluate yourself. So I believe, I mean, for you to be in a career in the fast, to thrive in the fast paced environment, initially I mentioned something about setting your goals, having clarity of purpose. Now, having clarity of purpose, you set your goals. Those goals you set for yourself, right? You do like a self-assessment and look at yourself. How well have you fared? Probably within the past 6 months, you could adopt any timeline that is suitable for the past 1 year. One thing I always tell people is that so, most of the time we're always tempted to like when evaluating ourselves, we now evaluate ourselves against our peers. Kind of like horizontal analysis of what's happening across what this person is doing, what A is doing, what C is doing, why you B. Right, so you taking a look at what you as B is doing. But 2 days ago, I was having a conversation with my MD around something like that. I told him that look, one of the things that helps me to really, really remain grateful and to manage myself effectively is that I always evaluate myself today based on with myself yesterday. Right, so I look at myself today. Am I better today compared to yesterday, right? So it helps me to maintain an attitude of gratitude. So I mean, because we're all running different races in life. Yeah, I mean, your race is different from my race as a person. So it's very wrong for me to be comparing myself with you. You have your struggles, you have your dynamics, you have your peculiarities. I mean, same as me, right? So evaluate yourself. Be very honest. Have an internal compass. Be very honest about yourself and do an evaluation based on where you were yesterday compared to today, and then plan for tomorrow. There are areas where I mean you feel there was a shortfall. Sincerely admit those shortfalls. Do a root cause analysis. Why did I fail here? Take note and then you retire and then you perspire and refire again. So that's just how I mean you know
Okay.
that you're actually doing well.
So
Yeah.
would you recommend getting feedbacks? What's your view
Yeah. So
about getting feedback? Yeah.
really, yeah, I mean, time, right? So feedback is also a good mechanism that helps you, to sort of like know how well you are doing, right? So when you're working in an environment, like for instance, you're working under your supervisor, you have a supervisor, and he evaluates you, you get the feedback, and so one of the things, so most people don't like feedback, especially constructive feedback. But me, I always tell people because of the kind of person I am. So whenever I'm around people, people just like, "Oh, guy, you're good." I'm like, no, I know I'm good, but tell me things about me that you think I need to improve on. I just give them the option. Okay, tell me things you think I need to improve on, not things that I'm probably doing in the wrong way, right? Because most parameters, the guy, you have your life all figured out, you're doing well, you have a blossoming career, you're just navigating jobs, and I say no. So I mean that on one side, but me as a person, I know that there are areas that I need to improve. So you get feedback from people, from your supervisor, ask honest people. I have friends who are very honest with you that can tell you, okay, Nena, you need to improve on this, you need to improve on that. And then when you get those feedback, please make sure to work on them and take them in good faith and actually work on them. Yeah. So these two things sort of help you to know that okay, you're actually
Yeah,
on track.
thank you.
Yeah.
I hear you. I hear you. As I said, it's going to be a short session. It will be as short as possible. So now to our last question. Yeah, what tools, technologies, or habits can help individuals stay organized, manage their workload, and maintain productivity in a fast-paced environment?
All right, so I mean, let me just come down to the very basic ones that I mean everyone can relate to, right? So to-do list. So I have a to-do list. So I mean, on my phone, my notepad. So once when you open my notepad, like I have a lot of personal to-do. So in the office, I have a tracker that tracks all the things I'm doing, across all the functions that I oversee while I currently work here. But personally now, because we're talking more like a personal what's you need to do personally. My to do, I have my if you open my pad now, my notes on my phone, you see my to do list, the things I need to do. So the moment I'm able to do them, I check, I just click and check. Okay, this needs to be done because I mean your phone, you're always with your phone like 90% of the time. I mean Yeah, even when you're sleeping, your phone is by your side. So I could just remember something. I pick up my phone, my notepad, and then I just document it there. So it just helps me to keep track on things I need to do, family expenses. I mean, anything I need to do, and then also what's it called? Your calendar, right? Your calendar helps you to, so if when you contacted me last week about this engagement, immediately I just went to my calendar and just updated it. Okay, by in the morning, 12 o'clock, a reminder. Okay, chat with Nena. So this 12 o'clock this afternoon, it just reminded me. So these two tools will kind of like help you to be productive and to also stay organized. And then I mean these days we have AI, ChatGPT, and the like. So these are the tools that when you know how to use them very well, they kind of like improve your productivity, right? I know there are a lot of debates right now on ChatGPT usage and stuff like that. Yeah, that's a commercial for another day. But of course, AI is a very great tool that helps you to sort of like stay productive. So it saves you time on things that ordinarily you have taken time to do. Just the necessary, the appropriate prompt, it gets the job done for you, and then just do some manipulations and you're good to go. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Sante. It's been a nice time, and we learned a lot. It was an insightful session. I hope um I hope everybody found it insightful as well. Okay. So if you have questions, you can drop it in the comment section, and Mr. Sante will answer all your questions. Thank you very much for joining us today. Any final words?
Yeah, thank you very much, Nina, for having me. Final word is that you just need to know what you want and go for it. Be prayerful, pray and walk. I always say that my principles in life is pray and walk and faith. I have faith, but I walk. So I pray as if your brother say you pray as if there's no God, and then you walk as if you've not prayed. So when you strike a balance between these two things, you discover that the sky is just your starting point.
Yeah. Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
All right,
Bye.
then.